Hey guys, do you remember this guy? He's a kid actually. So he went viral some time ago when a clip of him being humiliated by his fellow kinfolk. His fellow black people were bullying him and making mockery of him for wearing uniforms of a police officer.
12. Oh, baby, you can't arrest me. You too cocky. You about to go jail? Jail. Jail. Bitch ass back for real. Sir.
Actually, this boy's name is DJ Daniel. He is just 13 years old and he is a cancer survivor, particularly brain cancer survivor. When Daniel was around 6 years old, his doctor diagnosed him with brain cancer and he gave him just 5 months to live. But fortunately, this handsome young man fought for his life and miraculously survived and still remained alive still today. Now, Daniel have always had one big dream, one wish, and that is to become a United States police officer. Now, his dad, being a loving, attentive parent, a very great man, a caring father, reached out to some police departments and they were happy to grant Daniel's wish. So they made Daniel a police officer, bestowed him with the police uniform and other things that comes with the regalia. Now, instead of Daniel's acquaintances, instead of his kinfolk to be happy for him and congratulate him, they chose to mock him and ridicule him in his police uniform. Now, I can understand that kids can be kids sometimes, okay? And they can make fun of even their friends in some circumstances. But I can also see adults in this video, okay? These are adult black people too. So why would they support and join in this ridicule towards a little guy, a little kid who is going through a lot of medical stress, medical issues? They did not only ridicule him, they also filmed him and posted it for the world to see. Now, these are the black people who will call me a coon and a sellout, yet they go out and they disgrace their own. That is why these black people keep voting and supporting Democrats, even though Democrats are the greatest enemy of a black person right from the beginning of America, if you know the history of America. Now, I want us to take a look at how Democrats treated this little hero versus how the Republicans treated him. These Democrats who are just wolves in sheep clothing, who pretend and act like they love black folks. I mean, since this young boy is black, I take it their treatment of him would reflect on how they really care or what they think of black people. So let's first watch how the evil Republicans treated this survivor, and then would go ahead to watch how the good Democrats treated him.
Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer. But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago. Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
So Donald Trump, with the help of every other Republican present in that particular room, bestowed this little kid with the honor of something even more than he wished for. They made this young man's dream come true in the most prestigious and most memorable way possible. Now, if I'm a liberal, a Democrat, even if I disagree with the Republicans on a million and one things, I would not be disagreeing with them on this particular one, okay? I mean, this would be the single issue where I will be in agreement with them because this kid deserves this honor. He should have it. I would be happy for him getting this recognition. I would be cheering and clapping for him. I will be tearing up for this little guy, okay, who is going through something very excruciatingly more painful and challenging than anything we can ever imagine. But these Democrats instead remained sulking in their seats, okay? Even black Democrats, even the black ones, they refused to cheer or clap or express their happiness for this little guy's recognition and even went further to voice some really concerning opinions about him. Watch.
The beauty of that child is the tragedy of the Trump presidency, because we don't know how he survived pediatric cancer, but it is likely he benefited from some sort of cancer research, and it is a fact that Trump has slashed cancer research. I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
We don't just hate these Democrats enough. I'm telling you. Look, when I started this channel back in 2024, I wasn't even sure if I was Republican back then, okay? But I was very sure I wasn't a liberal. Oh, I can never be a Democrat, but I wasn't very sure about being a Republican or not. But over the past few months, I have found myself loving the Republican Party more and more each day and despising the Democrat Party more and more because of things like this. This horrible woman thought it was okay to play politics with that kid's life. Imagine that. What does this conversation have to do with any of the rubbish she brought up? What? I know she claims she hopes this kid gets to live to 90 years and more, but that is all a lie. She doesn't care about the kid at all. She is just mad that through this little survivor, the American people have now once again seen how compassionate and how loving Donald Trump is and how loving the Republican Party can be, okay? And she, along with other Democrats, are not happy about that. They want you to keep seeing the Republicans as the devil, as racists, when in reality, they are the ones that are all that and more.
Every time Joe Biden walked into that chamber and they introduced him as the President of the United States, I stood my butt up and I clapped. Every time Barack Obama walked in, I stood up and clapped. Even when I couldn't stand their policies, even when I was horrified at what they were doing, I respect the office of the President of the United States and I respect the American people. The contempt those Democrats had,
look at her with her
they wouldn't stand, as you noted, for the mom of Jocelyn Nungary. They wouldn't stand for Laken Riley's family. They wouldn't stand for the 13-year-old kid who survived brain cancer. They didn't stand for the young man whose father was a slain police officer, whom Trump admitted to West Point in the middle of the speech. They wouldn't stand for him. Even the Joint Chiefs applauded to the kid going to West Point. But you know what? The speaker got something slightly wrong. He said there was nothing they applauded for and stood for. That's not correct. There was one thing the entire night they applauded for. That we sent hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine. And they all stood and cheered that we sent money to Ukraine, but they will not applaud for America.
Imagine that. They were ecstatic when Trump announced the amount of money that was sent to Ukraine. These world overs all applauded for Ukraine, but they will not applaud for a 13-year-old kid who survived brain cancer. Wow. But you know, if this doesn't tell you something about the Democrat Party, of how evil they are, especially if you're a black person, if this video doesn't serve as an eye-opener to us all, I don't know what will. Honestly, I don't know.
You know the craziest part? Because my mom bathes me and my brothers all together. And out of nowhere, I locked up, and then my dad was calling my name, and I started going to the slow thing, and he said, "Stop playing with me." And I then I started to act. I ain't gonna lie, I started to act slow. And then as soon as he said that, we was speeding all the way, running lights, going to the hospital. And then next thing you know, I was seizing on the table. They said, "No, we gonna have to go in his brain tonight." Ever since then, I had 13 brain surgeries, and that's how many times my personality has changed. And that's something that you don't hear from a terminally ill child. They had 5 months to live. I'm gonna keep on going until my gas tanks run out. And that's when God calls you home. You never know when God's gonna call you home. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my dad. And I know he's pretty proud of me, and I'm pretty proud of him too. And I'd like to thank President Trump, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today.
This kid is not only a fighter, but he is also wise beyond his years, okay? I just wish him a very long and healthy life. I wish him happiness and fulfillment, and I thank his parents, especially his father, for being such a supportive and loving parent. And unlike the lying Democrats, I actually mean every word I said. We love you, DJ Daniels, okay? Keep pushing. This current America roots for you. As always, guys, these are my thoughts, these are my opinions, but feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel. Like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or buying me a coffee if you like, as a way of supporting the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.